Also, I'm bleeping that out.
What?
I'm bleeping that out.
Oh, I didn't even realize. Justin,
remember to bleep that out, okay?
Oh my
bleep
God.
His face. Bleep his words.
Holy moly.
Is it?
Oh my. What did you say it louder? I didn't hear you. Yo, the microphone can't pick it up. Where's the podcast? We need to.
Because when they go through a lot, they go through everything.
I'm gonna skip this part because I don't feel like getting canceled today. But
why? No. This is perfect.
This is what he wants to find out on the podcast.
I'm curious now. Let's get into why you think you're about to get canceled. Does people believe in determinism? And determinism is, does your past or anything before external determine your future?
It has an impact.
And it has maybe a small, I think.
No.
And then feeling the pain of not hitting that. So then if you're always in a stance of like, oh, I'm just ugly, or I'm just lazy, or I just have disgusting facial hair, or unlikable, or like unreliable, or like a pathological liar, or like a snake, or stinky. Can you test your mic?
I'm testing my microphone. Let me know how I sound.
You sound pretty good, dude.
You are the only one that can hear me.
Oh, then say something secretive because I'm the only one who can hear you.
Welcome to my podcast. Wait, this is my radio show.
No. Do a radio voice as if you're about to play something seductive to get the ladies.
This one goes out to all you fine mamacitas. Coming to you live from these nuts.
Okay. Is it racist if I ask you this question? When you hear that voice, what ethnicity is that person?
I said Latino, so what do you think that, like, I don't know, man. Like,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen. Learn things that you want to learn.
I got a fun fact for you.
Hope you learned something like that. I hope you not. So,
I'm an idiot. If you have any questions, don't ask us.
welcome to the Idiots Experts Podcast. I'm your co-host, Justin.
And I'm your co-host, George.
And every week we try to cure our ignorance.
That's not true. Every week he tries to cancel me on...
Exactly. It's curing our ignorance and sharing it with you guys.
And I think the goal for this podcast is I'm going to share some more information, some more news, and I'm going to try to help everyone gain a little bit of wisdom. By sharing my own life experiences.
Oh, okay. You're saying that you're better than everyone, and by sharing your experiences, you could teach everyone else because they're lesser than you.
There you go, guys. Justin's finally been around long enough to catch on. And now hopefully you're next.
I'm so excited because I'm lesser than you. So I want to learn from you. I'm going to talk about, finally, after all these weeks,
something positive?
My self-help book that I've been trying to talk about.
Dude, I forgot about that.
The first time we went a little bit too long. The second time we switched topics. And it's been like a couple weeks. So I just want to talk. I finished the book. I'm a little bit behind in my 12 self-help book per year for the year, but I finished this one. Spoiler alert, don't recommend it. I'll just tell you it.
Justin no read good, huh?
Justin read well.
I think this episode of the podcast, I'm going to be the bully.
Okay, let's switch it. You're the bully. What are you talking about? And are you doing current news before you go into your subject?
Let's do some current news.
Ooh.
So today is March 17th. For those of you who are watching it way behind.
Okay, classics. Happy St. Patty's Day to people who...
Yeah, I was going to say Happy St. Patty's Day to everybody. That's news number one.
I'm not wearing green.
Also, your hat has a green dinosaur on it.
Nah.
All right, cool.
I don't count it.
Hey, he's not positive. That's fine. I'm here for you.
I don't like that rule.
What?
People pinching me because I don't wear green.
I pinch you for other reasons. Okay. Welcome to my radio. Back on topic.
I'm scared.
But first things first, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
The one and only Conor McGregor. I don't know why it is Arnold Schwarzenegger voice, but that's how it came out. We're moving on.
Okay,
Conor McGregor.
It's Conor McGregor Day today?
Is in the White House.
What do you mean?
He went to go have a
dinner,
a meeting,
award.
He is the spokesman for Ireland.
Oh, he went to go. He met with Zelensky. He met with Putin. the president, and he's like, I need to talk to the representative of Ireland. Someone get me Conor McGregor. No, but for real, what is he in the White House for?
He's there to talk to people about Ireland's problems and be a representative for Ireland.
Actually,
that's not a joke. He's there to be a representative.
Okay, dumb question. Is Conor McGregor part of the government of Ireland?
He wants to be.
Oh, he's not even part of the government.
He announced that. No, he's not announced that he's running or anything, but that he wants to become the president of Ireland. So that's my news number one of the day.
Oh, classic. He's gonna fight his way. It's gonna be UFC matches.
I wanted to ask you something.
Oh, what?
How did Manny Pacquiao do as like a congressman or whatever in the Philippines? Do you know?
The Philippine government have been corrupt since a while ago. Actually, I watched this video. What America's going through right now is what the Philippines went through, and they were saying how like the Philippines and the way you corrupt a government through social media and everything. We were the guinea pigs. They like tested strategies on the Philippines to see what works.
And now they're going to bring that over.
And now they're like refined it. And now that's why it's working so well in America.
Sick. And as a person who can't speak on this topic, let's move on. In other news.
Okay, oh, sorry. In other news.
Other than Conor McGregor in the White House.
We said we weren't going to talk about politics anymore. I'm exhausted.
Buddy. Conor McGregor is not political. He's just like, I don't know. I love the way he walks. I just imagine him walking into the White House just like, and for those of you who don't have
You would vote for him?
Huh?
You would vote for him?
If I was Irish.
See, that's the problem. That's the problem with people like him.
The man has a whiskey brand. He's got my vote.
George would vote for him based off how he walks.
He walks like a boss. The man screams presidential.
Oh, that's so sad.
On to topic number 2. This one's also sad.
Nice. I forget. You only bring sad news.
Dude, no. It's not.
I just realized again, every episode I realize, and George's like, all right, this is going to be sad. And this is going to be sad.
I don't bring you sad news. The news is just sad. So that's just what it is, right? I'm here to give you facts so you can become less ignorant. So the news is my 401k is hurting. Your 401k is hurting. The stock market ain't doing so hot right now.
Oh, thanks
and I really
for reminding me again.
That all of you are investing your money. And if you don't have money either.
Thanks who? Who do you want to thank for that?
Oof.
Who do you want to thank for your 401k being ruined?
Thanks, insert whichever president you're thinking of.
You would say.
Because okay. I can't have a political opinion at the moment.
Just he has a political opinion.
I don't have anything.
Okay.
I don't have anything. Mm-hmm. Except I'm having a baby. That was the best way I could present that. That's my news of the day. That's my topic. I'm sharing some news with the crowd.
You tell everyone and put it in the comments below how great a transition that was and how funny it was. It's a 2-part question. Please tell me. I might be dumb. I might be dumb.
Okay, you know what? People don't understand how hard podcasting is and trying to find the right moment to bring in like
also, I'm bleeping that out.
What?
I'm bleeping that out.
Oh, I didn't even realize. Just
remember to bleep that out, okay?
Oh my
bleep
God.
His face. Bleep his words.
Holy moly.
This guy.
I literally just told everybody the gender.
Yeah, dude. You think I was going to release that?
That was
next
nuts.
week?
Thank God this is not live. She would kill me if I told everybody on the podcast.
Dude, on a podcast. Okay, don't worry.
Yo,
Rose, I got you bleeped out.
You have to be sworn to secrecy, by the way. Like, you are literally one of 2 people that know now. That's insane. I came on the podcast telling myself to make sure you don't screw that up.
Okay, cool.
So anyway.
It's recorded. That's so great.
That's so bad.
That is really bad.
Anyway,
but you are having a child.
That is the biggest news I've had.
A human baby.
Keeping a secret that's been the greatest news I've ever received.
Okay. We don't know the gender.
Yeah, no.
Oh my gosh.
We're waiting till it's born.
Dude, what a surprise.
I'm going to call it.
Is that's bad.
Yeah, she's Bronchosaurus. I don't like it when I do that.
Okay, so what's the alternative? If you we don't know the gender. And we can't say it.
They, them?
Ooh, that's already taken. That's already taken.
I don't know, man. Think of your own.
I have a little, that's gender neutral, right?
It insinuates.
Okay. Idiot? Like our.
Whoa.
Like,
Don't be calling my child an idiot.
Well, it's not born an expert. George,
the expert.
If your child's getting your genes,
we'll just call it a child.
That's for sure not getting born an expert.
I was supposed to be the baby one this episode.
That baby started from way back from square one.
You know what?
Maybe square zero, if that's even a term.
I'm not going to give you any advice. When the time comes for you to have a kid, I'll let you struggle through it.
Let's hope for
Bronchosaurus
genes.
No, I actually do. I actually do hope that like this child takes on nothing but Bronchosaurus personality, nothing but her looks, nothing but because like she's perfect in every way.
Oh, this guy trying to earn brownie points.
Well, I just like gave away the gender like a second ago. The least I can do is like gas her up.
So you're gonna talk about the research you've done on raising a child.
So
what specifically?
This segment is going to be called "Call Me Zaddy."
One more time, run it back.
Call me Zaddy.
Don't smile. Say it seriously.
Call me Zaddy.
In the radio voice.
Hello, and call me Zaddy. It's so uncomfortable. I felt so uncomfortable doing that. Let me just get into it.
No, it's crazy that you're giving parenting advice, but your topic and you titled it very seductively.
And God forbid my child watches this in the future.
Yeah, dude. I was like, oh, Dad's talking about how to be a zaddy?
Dad, I hope no one listens to you on this podcast.
Okay, so how to be a parent, not a zaddy.
Specifically, I'm not going to even talk about being a parent yet because child is not born. But you know what? I think pregnancy is far too often talked about from the woman's perspective.
Oh, you want equality. You think that space is taken up by the women.
Every time we talk about pregnancy, it's always about the woman.
What about the dad? How's the dad doing?
Me too. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's very taken by the woman.
See?
You can't say that.
They take everything. They take it all.
Oh, we're getting canceled.
And yet somehow, right? We're the oppressors.
Oh, Lord, we're getting canceled.
No. All right. Jokes aside.
Jokes.
Holy moly. No. Jokes aside. Holy moly. Women do, like the things that I've learned that women go through is insane. They deserve.
What, carrying a child?
Everything. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Insane, bro.
Their body experiences so many changes and so many different things that I'm like, no, you're right. You deserve everything. I'm wrong all the time. You're right all the time. I don't care what it is. Like,
I can't tell if this is...
No, this is not sarcasm. This is not sarcasm.
No, I don't know, man. I don't know. George is a classic because he always jokes around, jokes, and tells like, hey, you started your segment, dude, it's all about the women. What about that dad?
I was joking.
And now you're sucking up to them?
I was joking. If they got this far into the podcast, at least they know I'm on their side now, but like I probably clicked off by now. But for all the guys that are still here, if y'all got a girl who's pregnant, support her. She's doing significantly more than you. She is suffering. Like,
so you think it's significant?
Yeah. No, yeah. There is no comparison.
But who has to deal with them?
Exactly. I'm going to talk about that. Right. I'm still going to talk about the guy's perspective. Right. Let's reel it back.
Reel it back. I'm sorry. I'm jumping the gun. My bad.
But I did want to like preface by saying that they bodies experience crazy stuff.
That's fair. That's fair.
So let me tell you about some of the things that they're experiencing. I'll start off with the good.
Okay.
And then we'll go into the bad.
Okay.
1, good for us.
Oh,
their body changes.
Which body part?
The upper region. Right? So all you guys out there.
Upper region. Like face?
They also get prettier.
Oh, okay. That upper region.
Yeah. And slightly below that.
Oh, below the face.
Above the abdomen, like before their belly change.
Above the abdomen, lower than the face. What are we talking about?
Their
clavicle?
So one of the best things about getting pregnant is...
That's so misogynistic
100%.
And objective of a male, of you men, evil men, that the number one pro to a woman getting pregnant is bigger Testicles. What's wrong with you?
It's the number one.
What's wrong with you? She's growing a child.
And growing other things too.
It's great. Not testicles. It's the heart behind it. Because she has so much more love.
Yeah. You can go ahead and be a pansy. Anyway, it's great for all the guys. This is mostly guys who watch this podcast.
It's just like our cousins.
Yeah. You got some good stuff to look forward to.
Okay.
The second thing that's positive that changes for them, they get a superpower.
Oh, they get to choose?
They only get one superpower.
Okay, never mind. I thought it was like Pokemon.
No,
you get to choose your first.
There's no like evolving stone.
Okay.
They can get. No, it's their sense of smell. People think that it's fake. That when a woman gets pregnant, her sense of smell gets better.
Yeah.
No, it's insane. Like I would get home. We've tried this multiple times.
She's like, "Damn, what reeks, bro." Okay. You bought the trash in, George?
Listen,
why'd you bring it in, bro? Take it out on the curb.
One thing that this pregnancy has changed is that my hygiene has gone through the roof. Right? I can't go 12 hours without taking a shower, dude.
It's like, damn, George.
I got a whole new set of body wash, shampoo, conditioner, because her scent is so.
What if you get fragrance-free things?
Even then,
that's still sensitive.
I don't know what it is.
What did you buy specifically? Is it just a scent she likes, or something that's just like very neutral?
I told her I give up. Just buy me what you want. I don't want to deal with it anymore. Yeah, the way we would actually test it out is I would be like, all right, what did I have for lunch? And like 90% of the time, she got it right.
Popeyes.
No, it's.
What?
Why would I have that for lunch?
Okay, why that Burger King?
That's breakfast.
Which one? Which one?
No, she would get it right. She'd like tell me if I had a deli sandwich. She would tell me if I had chicken. She would tell me if I had like burgers. Like her nose was crazy on point.
That sucks though.
What?
It's a superpower, but like also things that you don't like to smell is now magnified 50 times.
All the smells that she used to enjoy. So like again, I had this like body wash.
Your stench. She liked?
Yeah, she did like it.
Then she was like, wait, I'm cleared up because of the pregnancy. Wait, hold on. George.
I've unlocked my mind.
I was hypnotized by love before.
Now I see your stinky. And then here's another superpower that they kind of get.
Two superpowers.
Sort of.
You said only one. Okay, go ahead.
They have 50% more blood when they are pregnant.
They pump more blood.
No, they pump more. They have more. They have 50% more blood than they usually do. And it's because supposedly it goes to the fetus to help circulate oxygen and other nutrients and things to the fetus.
Okay.
Which is why they say that you have this pregnancy glow because more blood circulating.
Oh, you're glowing because you have more blood?
You have more blood flow. Your body's receiving more nutrients. That's where you get the pregnancy glow from.
Okay.
But here's where I think science is wrong when the doctors are wrong.
Oh, no.
People think that they're making more blood. That's not what's happening.
What is it?
Just after months of not having a cycle, it builds up.
Oh, you think there was a tank. Yeah. You think you're building up reserve and inventory and then finally gets released.
God, no one's going to listen to my advice about being...
See, how can we get serious? when you're like, don't trust the doctors,
hey, man,
guys.
have some fun with it. Like, your life is about to change. You're never going to get any sleep. Have some fun. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
Now, here's how their body changes in some pretty tough ways.
Okay, so the 50% more blood.
They get
and the super sniffer.
Yeah.
Are not cons. They're the pros.
They're the pros.
They're the best.
They get the pregnancy glow. They get to feel like,
I didn't even have to put the sound effect in. Thanks for doing the work.
I'm a real life editor.
You should do that more often so I can do less
work. Guys, Justin constantly complains about having to edit the podcast when I'm doing the editing right now.
Okay, oh my, if you could take the cameras and every time we talked, if you could just switch it around, that'd be perfect.
I got you. Just give me a one cam. Guys, from now on, the podcast is going to be me holding the camera and just flipping it back and forth.
Okay, what's the negative thing? If there is a negative thing to pregnancy, am I right?
Hormones and mood swings are a real thing.
That was before pregnancy.
Ooh, I I didn't even have to say it. That was gonna be my joke. I was gonna go there, but I'm glad you said
it. Isn't that like a normal state of being?
For who?
For every human being, because we all go through hormones and we all go through mood swings.
Good save. But they go through significantly more, and having to, grow another human being inside of you.
Okay.
Which I would call a superpower itself.
Give me an educated guess on how many more times a woman will go through mood swings and hormones than a guy. So like 10 times more than an average male?
I think
20 times during pregnancy.
I think it's infinitely times more.
Oh, it's that much. The gap is that much.
It's huge. And it's not like everything that they feel is so much more intense.
That's fair.
And it's one of those things that you can't always control, or like, for example, some women who experience like paranoia, like because that's how whacked their hormones get out of shape. Like they get literal hallucinations and like
hallucinations.
Paranoia. It's extreme cases.
Wow.
But yeah, their bodies are undergoing like the most extreme changes.
Oh, like they see things. They manifested things.
Yes. No,
George is listening to me.
No, that's never gonna happen.
Okay. Not that crazy.
Keep it like somewhat realistic, like a monster attacking me.
Oh, okay. The Power Rangers are in front of me. More realistic.
It's like reading some. So me, once I realized I was having a kid, started doing a bunch of research and like trying to understand everything. I want to know everything that there is to know. And women just have it hard, dude. And I'm willing to just say that without a joke, come on, let me have my serious moment. I can see
you smirking though. Okay, my bad.
Let me have my serious moment.
I apologize. George is about to have a serious moment in 3, 2, 1, go.
It is really hard for them. Stop.
You
made a face.
No, I didn't.
You made a face.
You laughed.
Why can't we be serious about this?
You're the one who was supposed to say the sentence. I didn't say anything.
They have it really hard, and that's how they got in that situation in the first place.
I agree.
Did you get my joke?
Oh, no. Say it one more time.
It's really hard, and that's how they got themselves in that situation in the first place.
Sorry, I killed the funniness because I had you repeat. That's all me.
But that was
I'll
good.
take blame. That's a good one. I would have laughed harder.
It's their fault. But imagine this though: you get pregnant. This baby.
Me?
Imagine your wife gets pregnant.
Okay.
There's another one. She's growing another organ, right? The placenta is a whole other organ that she's literally developing and growing. Right?
Okay.
As this baby grows, inside of her, she has to shift her own organ.
Oh yeah, not bad.
Your intestines are moving. Your lungs are like being caved in. And as you enter the third trimester and the baby is getting bigger and bigger, that baby starts punching and like kicking the
self-defense.
Yeah. And it makes her pee herself.
So then when my wife gets pregnant, hopefully in the future, if she pees, I'm like, oh, my child is fighting.
Oh,
my child is fighting in the womb.
He or she's a fighter.
Yeah. The karate or
kung fu. I mean,
that's
more
racist.
Kung fu for you.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I tried to say it earlier. Before you said it, I set myself up for that one.
Mine's probably building pyramids right now. I don't know what you want me to do. Right? So they're going through all these things. And the number one tip that I'm going to tell every person who is about to be a dad is support your wife, your pregnant wife, or not pregnant wife, your pregnant partner.
Question. Okay. Are you going to get into like how you support your wife?
Yeah, I can.
Because I'm wondering, what do you think normally the reason why you're giving that advice? How do men not support their wives typically?
So here's one of the biggest things I noticed when I was doing like research for myself on how to support my wife is a lot of it is geared towards men who actually want to help their women like grow. They want to help them, support them as they go through this hard experiences and all this stuff, right? But I find that there's not a lot of resources for guys who may have gone through the accidental pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? Who
that's fair.
Maybe themselves aren't in the best mental state or financial state.
That sounds like men supporting themselves.
I think you got to do that first.
before you support your woman?
I think, unfortunately, if you can't support yourself, you're not in a position to support anybody else. And sometimes as men, we'll have to kind of suck it up and put the needs of others before our own, which is, I think, a thing that I think a lot of guys would relate to.
I'd say every man.
But there's also guys who choose to not be there and be like, I'm out.
Okay, so you're just flat out. If you're leaving, no.
You just don't do that.
I feel like that's I would say obvious because some people just don't do it.
Right.
But understood more of whole like society. I guess I'm asking for like, on average, what do you think normally happens when a couple stays together but raising a child? Maybe the father is not supporting a woman the way he's supposed to during the pregnancy.
That's the thing. I think most guys and anyone who's watching this podcast was probably making an effort to try to support, right? The issue is sometimes we don't communicate what it is that we want, right? So like the way I do it is I'm constantly checking in, just being like, how are you feeling? What do you need? Don't wait for her to tell you, because at that point it's too late.
That's a great point. A constant check-in. I like it.
Especially when she's growing a kid, like she sometimes doesn't have the energy to even tell you. Like she's exhausted all the time. Growing another human being takes a lot of energy. It's why they produce more blood. It's why they do all these things. And for any guy who is overwhelmed or is like watching this and is maybe about to be a dad or is a dad or anything like that, I found 2 resources that I like so far. I'm doing more, obviously, but if you are like I was at one point, which is overwhelmed, there's a book called Dude, You're Gonna Be a Dad.
Dude, You're Gonna Be a Dad.
And I'll tell you why I liked it.
Okay, I don't want to roast right away, but go ahead.
It's hilarious.
Oh, fantastic.
Gets my attention. I tried looking up who the author is. This is John Pfeiffer. And I was trying to figure out more about him. Like, what gives him the ability to write about being
authority?
A dad? Yeah.
What is he?
He's a dad. That's about it. That's all I could find.
Nice.
And he has shared experience. But it's the same reason why anyone would watch this podcast, right? Like, we're trying to educate ourselves. We're sharing what we know.
Yeah.
And I think this guy does the same thing. Whenever I looked at resources on how to support your partner, dude, everything is so freaking overwhelming. Like, the books are like textbook level books that like go everything from science to blah, blah, blah. This guy just writes in a very funny, just like, hey man, big boobs. Yeah. Like
you're taking from him.
Kind of.
If the number one was hey, big boobs.
That was his number one. That was my number one.
You were copywriting his material. We're going to get sued.
Listen, this is not copywriting. This has been since the dawn of time, what everyone has appreciated.
Okay,
it's why the dawn of time still exists. Is because people will be like, yeah, okay, we'll have more kids just for that.
Okay, so are you going to get into the book or no?
I don't want to get into the book. I just think that's a good resource for you. He gives you like different topics, like making a pregnancy plan. I didn't even think about that. Like,
okay, because I wanted to ask if you're not going to get into it, what is the thing that you took away from the book? Just one thing.
It was the
not the big boobs.
That wasn't gonna be my one thing. That's 2.
I see what you did there. That's a good one.
No, but that what she's going through is something that you'll never experience. That even when you think things are unfair, when you think that she's being unreasonable, suck it up.
Oh, okay.
She's growing another freaking human being, and she's going through pain on her. If she sneezes, she can cramp. Like, it's just a constant state of tiredness. Like, imagine when, okay, I don't know about you, but when I get sick, I am the biggest baby in the world.
No, I'm justified.
You're just in.
I'm justified on how horrible the sickness is.
Okay. Now, imagine when you're sick, only it's 9 months long.
Oh, okay.
Nonstop.
Yeah, I'd complain.
You do complain. You don't even have to be sick to complain. You're doing
but is it that bad?
Oh my. What did you say it louder? I didn't hear you.
Is it
Yeah, the microphone can't pick it up. Where's the podcast? We need
because women, they go through a lot. They go through everything. They sacrifice so much. They do everything. They are the number one priority. Give them all thanks. I'll give them that.
I have two options here, Justin, on this podcast. I have two options. I can either be the good guy and stand up for women, or I can lean into it. What do you think I'm going to do? Because if it's that bad and they're experiencing all that, and we have to deal with them experiencing all that, technically we have to deal with more.
Okay, you know what? Dude, honestly, by the transitive property, you said yourself, if you could carry it, you would.
I would. Bring that clip, put it in here right now.
So, is it that bad?
I'd do it. I'd do it. Personally, I think it's a gift.
It's
I'm
a gift.
for it.
Okay.
I'm blessed to have
maternity leave. Come on.
But since I can't.
Okay. Thanks to all the women.
Thank you for bringing me into this world. I get it. You brought me in. You can take me out. You ain't got to tell me.
Jokes.
But that is that's like my biggest takeaway from that book is that you just got to support her.
Yeah.
And that even if she doesn't, or even if you don't feel great about it, just you can't experience. You don't know what she's feeling. You don't know how she's experiencing it. Just be patient, love her, and give her everything that you can.
Okay.
And then the other book that I think is good, but also does one thing that annoys me. It's called The Birthing Partner.
The Birthing Partner, like in the act, what you're supposed to do as the husband.
So this book was written by, her name is Penny something.
Okay.
And she was a doula. So she's
a what?
You know what a doula is?
A doula?
Yeah.
Like it's time?
A doula Kareem Jabbar.
We both did really bad jokes.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you said your punchline, because I was about to say mine and it was equally as bad.
I thought it was pretty good.
No.
But do you really not know what a doula is?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay. So there are doctors who can deliver babies.
Okay.
That's how most people give birth, is through a doctor.
Okay.
There's a midwife.
All right.
A midwife is, they're not doctors.
Like an okay looking. No, I'm just kidding. That's really bad.
She's not a trophy wife.
You don't get that. That's
she's not a bad wife, but she's like, still pretty good.
She's a midwife.
She's a midwife. That's so bad. That's so bad. I see. Unlike you, I try to save your bad jokes.
I think that was funny, but go ahead. Sorry.
So the midwife is, they're basically birthing professionals.
Okay.
So they're not trained in the medical aspects of like things.
Do they go to school like a nurse?
Yeah, there's a whole midwife schooling and education that you get, what to do in certain situations. But that's another way that people choose to have birth, is through a midwife versus a doctor.
Okay.
Now, people can hire what's called a doula. And a doula is essentially there to be an advocate for you or for the mom while she's going through the birthing process.
Okay.
So when she's giving birth and she's in extreme pain, there's a lot of medical professionals who sometimes try to commandeer the situation. They do what they want regardless, right? So you're in pain, give you painkillers. We think you're struggling, opening you up C-section. The midwife is basically, and the mom's typically too busy, screaming.
Birthing?
Yeah. Which is, again,
she's kind of
busy. She's a little busy.
Yeah.
So a doula is there to basically be your advocate. They usually go through training. They're with many people, so they have many birthing experiences, and they talk to you about what you want, what you don't want, and they're really there for you to just be an advocate and kind of coach. They're a coach. They
are a support system they're not midwife, not part of the doctor or medical team. They're there to talk to you.
They're a coach. You want to get fit? You hire a personal trainer.
Okay.
You want to be educated in something? You go and see teachers and professors. You want someone to help you through your birthing process? You hire a doula.
Okay, wait, birthing process. So as you're pregnant, not only in the room.
Yeah, it's not just in the room.
I was about to go off. I'm not hiring someone to come to the hospital.
Hey, show up
just
on
to
this
talk to me or talk to my wife while she's having.
It's a relationship that you build with.
Okay,
this
it's like a
person.
therapist
They tell you like foods, recommendations that they have.
Okay.
They just coach you again through a lot of things that you may not think of.
Sure.
Like one thing that I didn't really think about is you're going to be in the hospital for a few days. Like they need to give the mom time to recover, and you need to have bags packed for yourself so that way when you're in the hospital, you can be comfortable. Bring your stuff, bring clothes, bring books, bring computers, bring things that like will keep her entertained and the mom.
I don't want to roast you, George.
Yeah. But
did you need a doula to tell you to bring clothes and things that could help your wife after she births?
No, I just needed the book. Dude, you're going to be a dad. I read it and I was like, oh, snap. He's right. Right.
Were you going to forget overnight bags? No,
probably. If I didn't read the book.
Okay. You know what? I guess it's effective.
But
get a doula, guys.
But doulas also like talk about more serious things like helping a mom who has diabetes and is going through pregnancies. And I didn't know this, but women can actually develop diabetes as they go through pregnancy because their blood sugar and all that stuff is thrown off.
That's fair.
So this book is much thicker. It's a lot more.
It's already enough for me, dog.
I'm going to skip this part because I don't feel like getting canceled today. But
why? No. This is perfect.
This is what he wants to find out on the podcast.
I'm curious now. Let's get into why you think you're about to get canceled.
It's a great book. I like the book.
Okay.
You should read the book. The Birthing Partner has lots of good information for you.
This is not what I'm looking for.
It will tell you what you should do to help your birthing person.
Oh, you are skirting around, bro.
That's it. That's what they refer to them as birthing people.
Okay, your wife?
No. That's gender assuming. We're talking about women aren't the only ones who give birth.
Oh, interesting. Do you believe that?
And anyway, self-help books on your topic.
Wait, we didn't finish my question.
Oh, sorry.
No. I asked you. So again, maybe you didn't hear me.
Yeah.
I asked you if you think only women can give birth, because I thought it was like your wife, but you're like, no, that's assuming gender of birthing partners because we gotta be neutral.
I have amnesia. What were we talking about?
I'll repeat it again.
Come on, bro. Move on with the segment.
Well, I'm not getting in this. I thought you had amnesia.
Not get canceled.
So, do you think only women can give birth?
I have no thoughts or opinions. I don't believe in anything.
Oh, you don't believe in anything? I don't believe in anything. Oh, okay. You're just a robot.
I have no beliefs.
No beliefs. You stay off the internet.
I don't even believe I'm on this podcast right now.
Okay.
I can't believe you're doing this to me.
Well, interesting. I guess I'll talk about my segment then. I want to talk about a self-help book that I learned, that I read because you were getting a lot of hate on the internet. And I thought this would help you.
Was getting a lot of hate on the internet? Bro, you just made it 10 times worse.
I thought this book would help you as a funny segment to get through that hate, which then I read it and it wasn't even about being hated at all. So
I got it. I'm not going to learn anything from this segment. Move on.
The book was called The Courage to Be Disliked.
The Courage to Be Disliked.
So I thought, hey, George is being disliked. Let's give him the courage to continue being disliked.
I got it. I'm talking about birthing. And ever since I was born, I was disliked. So that's why you're talking about this topipic.
Yeah.
To go with mine.
And there's a lot of more reasons why you're disliked, but let's not get into that, right? I don't want to take a 2-hour podcast and make it a 5-hour podcast, you know? But anyways, so this book is about...
This is where you edit on my face.
What's wrong? You okay? Do you think only women can give birth? Okay.
You're such a jerk.
This book is about finding happiness. And apparently...
That's not about courage, about being disliked.
That's how you find happiness, apparently.
Okay.
I'll give you the whole gist of the book. That's it right there. To be happy, you got to be disliked.
All right, well, I don't got to read that book no more.
Okay. I'm going to go through takeaways that I liked. Because it's basically the book, how it's styled.
Can you tell me what the book is called?
the courage to be disliked.
I am not paying attention.
It's okay, guys. It's all right.
This is a one-way podcast.
It's okay, man.
This coffee ain't
we
doing
all
the
make
job.
mistakes.
The courage to be disliked. It's about finding happiness. Has nothing to do with the title. I'm back in it, baby.
Okay, you're back. You're back. Okay, I'm gonna give you takeaways of how he sums up how someone can find happiness. Okay. The way it was styled is it's basically a podcast in book form.
A podcast in book form. All right, cool.
It's a student and a philosopher, and they're just going back and forth every chapter.
I like the writing style so far. It seems clever.
The writing style is cool because it looks like you're just kind of like hearing a conversation. But once they get into like certain philosophical terms and sentences, I'm like, you're just writing a bunch of words for no reason, bro. Make it smaller.
George no like big words.
Yeah, no, I don't like big words.
George no read this book.
There's some big words in there. I'm like, no, man. And it was translated from because it's a Japanese book, Japanese to English.
That's why you read it.
I was like, but okay. So first question, George.
Philosophy.
Does everyone have the capability to change?
No.
No. Explain to me why your answer is no.
Let me rephrase that.
Okay.
Everyone has. I take it back.
You're just going to change your answer there?
I undo.
Okay.
Everyone has the ability to change. Okay. You don't have the ability to change everyone.
Oh, okay. I didn't ask him that question. But
I am philosophy.
Okay, but you do agree that everyone has the ability to change themselves.
I will also add in a little tidbit in there that I think that it's significantly harder to change the older you get.
Oh, you think even like say you're 60 years old, the capability of changing, does it drastically change? Are you stuck in your ways at a certain age?
Yeah, and that's just science. Just brain elasticity.
I disagree. I'm going to hardcore disagree.
Disagree with science. Go ahead.
I think people are definitely capable of changing. I mean, there's a bunch of people who are racist throughout their whole lives and don't change until they're 60, 70, 80.
Yes. And there are some who stay racist and they're 70, 80, and 90.
Yeah, but I'm just saying the capability doesn't change.
Everyone is capable of it, 100%. I'm saying the percentage that you have, your ability to change.
Yeah, that's where we're disagreeing. That's where we're disagreeing. I think it's the same amount of
absolutely not.
Possibility to 100%. Change.
There's a reason why that saying where they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
We ain't dogs. We're human beings.
I don't know, man. You know that dogs and humans are like 96% genetically comparable?
That's us and bananas.
No, that's 60.
That's not us and dogs.
I know the percentages, bro.
We're closer to a banana than we are a dog.
That's wild. Don't give them bad information.
Oh yeah, that's a joke. That's a joke. But anyways, the reason why I bring this up is because in the beginning of the book, he talks about when you find happiness, you have to believe that you have the capability of change and that you are not stuck in this certain situation because of external factors or past or anything.
You have to recognize that you have to change in order to be happy. Yeah. Most people aren't willing to look inwards. And that's where I'm saying a lot of people can't change. I
think the capability, I think, still has the potential no matter what you are, no matter how hard-headed you are. Because here, I gave a real live example of, and this could be something small, but like when you say that you can't get off your social media, where a lot of people have social media addictions.
Don't click off this podcast.
And people will be like, well, it's because I'm bored or I don't have this, or it's because this happened to me that I am this way and I can't change. I mean, that was more general and vague, but I think you've said some certain stuff on the podcast that's like that. Is like, I have ADHD, I have this condition, or I have this. Therefore, that's why I have to be like this. I cannot change. And I guess I disagree with, even no matter what situation, what condition, what trauma you have, you can always overcome it or change it.
No. Got yo.
I thought you were going to agree with me.
No.
What do you mean no?
No. They're like, a lot of people have the capabilities of changing. Yes. But again, I don't want to argue with you.
Ooh, that's what this whole segment's about.
There are people who have less of an ability to change than others.
Disagree.
Hunter, you can't tell me that my traumatized 90-year-old grandparents who have gone through X number of things and blah, 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 and are like angry and like they're just, this is their personality. Everyone's met that one angry human being that just doesn't change.
Sure.
Right? You can't help that person.
No, that's I disagree with you so hard.
Cannot
it's
help
crazy.
that person.
It's I cannot disagree with you more. And here's the reason why.
Okay.
Is because I not to always, sorry, we bring it sometimes spiritually, but like the opportunity to find God, no matter what happens to you, no matter if you, every time you even tried, you failed and you met with like negative things. At 90 years old, I think you still have the opportunity to turn and find God.
Okay. I'll use a spiritual argument with you because I don't agree with it. I don't like the spiritual argument.
I don't like that you don't agree with me. Okay,
so
go ahead.
Let me tell you something. And maybe I'm tiptoeing on some like
I might have to bleep this one.
Yeah, honestly, you might have to cut this part out. This is getting to like, there's a lot of like, I think we have a pretty big following of people who
are pretty,
cousins. Yeah. We have more people that watch. I was surprised as well, but there are other people other than our family that watch this podcast.
Real quick before, but the reason why I bring spirituality is the change that I'm describing that everyone has, I think is a spiritual event that happens. And I can't accept that you have a less possibility, a chance to have that spiritual event, regardless of what happened to you.
Okay. Here's my argument.
Okay.
And I got to ask you some questions beforehand.
Sure.
Okay. You believe in God, you love God, and you know that God wants to save everybody and take everyone to heaven. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Is God capable? You're talking about his ability.
Okay.
Is God capable of saving everyone?
Capable. Yeah. Well, he has to be capable.
Okay. Right. Now, we know.
Man, we might have to bleep this one out.
We might have to bleep this out.
I'm so afraid for you, George.
Why doesn't he save everyone?
Why doesn't he save everyone? Because he gave us free will.
Correct. It is on you.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm saying some people choose. They make the decision and they don't change.
See, we are arguing two different things now.
Okay.
Okay. The likelihood that it happens might decrease.
Yes.
The capability to does not.
All right, fine. I'll agree with you there.
Because everyone has the potential. Everyone does, no matter what you've gone through.
I hate that argument because I have the potential to walk outside and have $1 million land on my head, but it's not going to happen.
You have the potential to walk outside.
$1 million falls from the sky. Like,
do you have the potential for that to happen?
Anything's possible, right? That's what I'm saying with this argument.
But here's the thing. And this is why I bring it to spirituality. You walking out the door getting $1 million. Sure. Again, not to assume, but like everything that happens, I think God has a hand in it, right? These spiritual events of changing something inwards in you, racist and not being racist anymore, hopefully, or just a change of mindset, is, I think, God's hand in our lives. Maybe he could drop $1 million in your lap, but like, I think more realistically, he's changing us in our soul.
If you're saying that there is like a fractorial or like a fractional percent that someone is capable of changing, yeah, everyone has a potential. What that percentage is, right? Maybe I have a 10% chance of changing, or somebody has a 20%. But like, there are some people where the percentage is so dang low. You know what I'm saying?
I have to disagree with you.
Okay.
I have to disagree with you because I have to firmly believe that God is fair and gives us all the same opportunity and potential to change.
This is going to turn into a spiritual topic.
I'll move on.
Because I was going to say
the whole point is, right. Come
back to you on that.
And the beginning part is, does people believe in determinism? And determinism is, does your past or anything before external determine your future?
It has an impact.
And it has maybe a small, I think.
No.
I think it's small because I think everyone has the potential to, no matter what happens in your past.
That diminishes your life, that diminishes your experience. Like the things that you've gone through growing up, the experiences that you had, what has formed you, right? Those decisions that you're making to be capable of change derive from something.
Sure. But I'm not trying to diminish and say like what you've gone through was nothing. You can get over it.
Sure.
I'm just saying we are definitely capable to get over anything. You can see it in everyday life. No matter how bad you think you had it, someone who had it way worse has gotten over it and overcome and changed. We are capable of it. So then I don't think what happens in my past has to determine what happens in my future.
How about this? Because I feel like we're finding the common theme of arguing two different points. And I think you actually agree with me on this.
I don't.
You haven't even heard me yet.
I just know.
Let me finish my sentence.
Okay. Go ahead.
This is the Idiots to Ignore Me podcast.
The Idiots to Ignore Me. That's a good.
I feel what? Way.
That's the only joke I've liked so far.
I feel a kind of way right now. All right, let me finish.
Go ahead.
We keep arguing about someone, like the probability of someone changing versus the ability of someone changing.
Okay.
And here's where your point about the experiences someone go through and whether we could change. And I think the audience will be on my side on this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
The amount of work that you have to do to change changes with what you've gone through. So somebody who has had it significantly harder, who's had more traumatic experiences, who has all these things that have like piled up in their life,
sure,
will have to work significantly harder to overcome those
things. I disagree. Here's the thing. I'll tell you. I'll explain to you.
I'm about to break my neck.
I'll explain to you why I disagree.
Okay.
Again, this is not to diminish any hardships that people go through, but certain people go through things and it's all about how they receive it. It's all about perspective. Certain people have gone through the poorest conditions and Bernie Mac is a great example. And he's told everyone, like, he's had a great childhood, lived in poverty and grew up out of it. And his perspective of it was like, I was just living life. I was fine. Yes, I got, maybe disciplined and I lived through poor conditions, but hey, man, my life was great. And some people can go through those same conditions and be like, I've had and build up those highest walls because they think they've gone through the hardest things ever, a human can live. And then someone who could be super rich and have everything you think everyone should get in order to succeed in this life and feel like they had the worst life and they didn't feel like they had any tools to succeed. It's all about perspective. So I can't say just because someone who's gone through what we maybe society has think is the harder hardship and be like, oh, they had to work so much harder.
I'm trying to actually listen to you and not just argue with you for the sake of arguing. I think you make a good point.
Okay.
Right. I don't want to, it is perspective, but I don't like the idea of taking someone's preconceived or that nurture versus nature argument where sometimes you're just born there. Chemical reactions are real. You get a rush of dopamine, you're going to be happy. You get a rush of serotonin, you're going to be stressed. I think serotonin is the one that does that. Done so many podcasts on hormones.
Yeah, I don't know if it is, but yeah, okay.
But you get what I'm saying? There are reactions that, to a degree, I'm not saying they control us, but they have huge influence. Huge influence.
I think we allow them to have huge influence. And that's why it comes with...
I want a doctor on, to
No, I really do think, again, that, not to always bring in spirituality, right? But the stronger that your faith is, I feel like the stronger you can handle your emotions and the stronger you can handle any hardships that you go through. So it's controllable, no matter how strong those emotions are. We are capable of controlling them.
Capable? Again.
No matter what the chemical reaction is.
Right. And again, I'm not going to argue capable. I think I agree with you. I'll concede that point that I think everyone is capable.
Yeah.
But how likely that thing is to happen, I think it varies very much from person to person.
Okay, likely, I can agree with you, but do you also agree with me that everyone has the same capability?
No, I don't. I'm saying everyone.
That's where we disagree.
I think everyone is capable. I just don't think it's the same
level of capability. So we agree on that there's different likelihoods.
Yes.
But we disagree on the level of capability because I think no matter what you've gone through, we all have that capability in us to find ourselves, to control the emotion, to change and to do whatever.
No, I disagree. I think.
Okay, cool. We just disagree. All right. But so that was that first point. And then we've talked about this before, but the reason why he brings it up, he starts going into why trauma is something that we hold on to, and to explain pain. It's more comfortable to be like, oh, I understand why I am too afraid to go outside is because I had this trauma what happened to me. So it makes sense. So I'm going to keep it this way. So now I'll give you an example. So when I was a child and I moved around a lot because I was in the military.
Damn, I'm gonna hear about your trauma. Go for it. Let's go, baby.
It's a trauma that I've linked to why I understand why the way I am.
I appreciate that you're opening up on the podcast. I hope you guys roast him for it. Keep going.
Oh, okay, you don't want to roast me?
No. I'll leave it for that.
Anyways.
Told you he never changed.
So
prove my point.
I was raised.
Doesn't change.
I was raised in the military. Okay. And I moved around a lot. Okay. I'm talking about every 2 to 4 years I moved around, right? And so I never had a stable friend group, right? Then when my dad retired, now I'm in middle school. Now I'm staying in this. I stayed in Illinois. I'm having friend groups. I had a friend group here and it dissolved. I had a friend group here that dissolved. I had like from middle school to the end of high school, I promise you, I maybe had like 6 friend groups.
Okay, so no one liked you. Got it.
I might be the problem. I'm not going to lie.
Seems like a common factor.
Wait, hold on. Everyone else is still friends. No, it's just like a weird drama. And then, things just fizzle out and it was just weird. But anyways, so I had all these friend groups, right? And I never stuck with a friend group. Never had a childhood friend, really. And so I think the reason why I don't go out and try to, I don't know if the word's curate, but like strengthen relationships, because I'm always waiting for it to probably end. So I don't really text people. I don't really call people.
I know.
If you're in my vicinity, that's the best way you could have a friendship with me.
He's not lying.
So if you are even like out of state, with the exception of my best friend, there's a 0 chance.
And I'm right here.
That we're going to have a friendship, because I think because of how I grew up with friendships, I don't extend myself out to people.
Okay. And
the point I'm making is I've already in my head made sense. And I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I don't want to strengthen my relationships, which kind of inhibits me. But I hold on to that trauma of never having a childhood friend or friend groups. And it inhibits me from making newer relationships.
Maybe you're just old and cranky.
No.
Maybe you're just like, I don't want new friends.
No, I don't think, again, I don't have to have best friends, but I literally don't care about like anyone new.
Oh, okay, though. This is getting serious.
You know what I mean? I don't care about anyone new.
Okay.
And not even just making friendships, just even like reaching out. I'm not even talking about like best friends, but like I don't reach out to people like at all. George, I can't overstate how much I don't reach out. George, you live 10 minutes away. I will not reach out to you. I don't care.
I only see you when we do this.
George, I don't care.
Oh boy. George, be happy. He cares about you. He doesn't care about messaging you, but he cares about you somehow on some level, I think, right? Like there's got to be something that he keeps doing this with you, so there's got to be. Anyway, I'm not crazy. Keep going. No,
but I guess the connection I made was I've made that logic to hold on to this, so then I don't get hurt by if a relationship fizzles out.
Are you going to change?
I would like to.
Are you capable of changing?
I am definitely capable. I'll tell you, I'm 100% capable. I just have to care.
See what I'm saying? What makes you care? What makes you not care? Like that comes from your past.
No. That becomes, again, I think spiritual events. I think the more I think about it, the more I meditate, maybe I pray, things happen in my life where I'm like, well, why don't I reach out? Why don't I do this?
But again, you're not doing it.
I am doing it. I podcast with you.
This is not a charity case. We're doing this because we enjoy having conversations and making ourselves less ignorant.
I'll be real. There's movie nights that I've created that happen in this house that I've reached out to other people. There's like these small moments. There's your bachelor party that I loved that I put together. There's like small moments where I feel like, and sorry to keep making it spiritual, that this is something I have to do. Like it's God talking to me and I'm like, no, this feels right. I should do this. And certain people reaching out to, which I hate reaching out to people, I do because in moments, I think God's telling me to.
Can I sell out a little bit?
Can you sob?
Sell out. Sobbing, they got to pay for it. Like, that's not something.
What ad are you about to do?
So the fact that he's reaching out to you on this podcast tells you that he cares about you.
I don't.
And the way that you can support him
hold on, don't get it twisted.
Is by leaving a like, comment.
I don't care about social media. I don't care about subscribers. I don't care about views. I don't care about none of you. I do this because it's just fun.
But we can help him change. For just one like a day, you can save this Filipino man from being heartless.
Interesting.
Because that sounds so tough. One, it sounds tough, right? Like you grew up this way and it's caused you to behave a certain way.
Yeah.
You're capable of change, but you, in a way, you're saying that you're not. Unless you care.
I wouldn't say I haven't fully changed.
But you're making efforts to.
Yeah. And that's all it is.
Okay.
Hopefully when someone's racist their whole life, they can't be unracist a day, overnight.
I like that.
You know, I have to be caring. It's just going to take 40 years to care.
Hold on. That goes to my point.
What?
Someone who's racist for 80 years does not have 80 years to become unracist. They will die.
I know. I'm talking about me.
Okay,
you can't
you've
make
been racist for 80 years.
No, you can't make me the example of someone who's 80 years. It might take me a while for it to click.
No, but
versus I think they still have the capability to change at 80.
No, I'm proving my point that they don't, because you said like to change, you can't do it overnight. You can't just flip a switch.
But I said I might need 40 years.
That's
no.
Such.
No. It's not a cop out because you talk about. Let's keep on the racist train. I forgot this guy's name. He's a beast. He's a hero. I need to read one of his books because I think he wrote a book. No, it's definitely not Goggins. I don't want to be called a bitch 2,000 times. It's a guy he's an African American who willingly went to KKK places, camps. I'm talking about like even now is like in the early 2000s. He's been doing it for like 40 years. He'll willingly, as an African American, go to people who are a part of the KKK, talk to them, have a chat with them, and try to convert them to come out. And he successfully has converted people who are in the ranges of 40, 50, 70 years old. So don't tell me that.
I want to see that.
Don't tell. I will link you. I'm gonna share it to you. I will link you because that guy is a damn hero. That guy is insane to even do that.
I want to watch this because I can't talk about it negatively, even though I really want to.
I'm just saying, there's real life examples for sure.
Just for the entertainment, I just want to like talk smack.
There's real life examples of people changing old, young, mid. It doesn't matter. That's why I always think no matter what age you are, you have the same capability. No? Okay, you're just grumpy and you're pessimistic. It's fine. Oh, perfect. Okay. This is a great transition. So another topic I took away of it is called, there's a chapter that says why you dislike yourself. And because of your energy and aura over there, I think this is geared towards you.
I love myself. I love my life. I've become significantly happier ever since getting married.
And you're ugly. But anyways, so just like we hold on to trauma because it's comfortable for us to explain our pain. Sometimes we don't reach our goals or sometimes we don't like things about ourselves. We hold on to that to explain why we aren't where we want to be. So they say the philosopher is like, everyone zones in on their shortcomings because it explains why they haven't become their ideal self.
Or I zone in on my shortcomings because I realize they're shortcomings and that I'm not good.
See, this is why the chapter's for you.
I'm kidding.
They said, and this is what I like to say, it's easier to accept a negative thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Rather than accept that we have the potential to be great.
So we have the potential to be. You ever heard that? You ever watch the basketball movie something
Coach Carter?
Coach Carter. Go ahead, say
Go ahead. No, you got it.
No. I insist. I insist.
You brought it up, so go ahead and say it.
It's not our greatest fears that scare us. It is. I forgot the poem.
Put soft music. Justin, go.
In the eyes of the angel.
No, but I can see that quote kind of. It's basically saying.
Do you remember the quote? Sorry,
it's the greatest fear is not that we are inadequate.
There you go.
Is that we
are greater beyond measure.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. But it was in the fact that like we are able to lead and we can shine our light so then other people can have light too.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's easier to accept a negative thing, right? And be like, all right, this is how I am, versus going and setting yourself for expectations and be like, oh, I think I can be great. And then feeling the pain of not hitting that. So then if you're always in a stance of like, oh, I'm just ugly or I'm just lazy or I just have disgusting facial hair, or unlikable or like unreliable or like a pathological liar or like a snake or stinky or like I just never amount to anything.
Do you guys remember
and my friends and my family hate me and I'm not good at podcasting.
And I'm going to try to
like things like that. It's just vaguely just random thoughts, dude.
Just a question.
Wait.
Is the fact that I'm down on myself, no. Could that potentially, is it me telling myself? Or the last 10 seconds of you telling me?
I was saying these are what everyday people think.
Hypothetical.
That's a hypothetical situation.
Oh my God. I'm so self-deprecating.
Yeah,
right?
dude.
That I took your example and reflected it on me.
See, that's your problem. That's your problem. You're a great guy. You shouldn't have taken all these things.
You guys remember in the beginning when I said I was going to be the mean one? That didn't happen.
But it's easier to say these things about yourself rather than like, I'm an amazing human being than facing the hardship of maybe not reaching that goal right away.
I will say that I totally agree with your point in the sense that whenever we fail once, it always stops us from growing. Yeah. When in actuality, it's that pain, that suffering, that failing. Like, for example, we've been doing this podcast for a while. Yeah. We've been failing over and over.
Failing a lot.
So many episodes lost.
Yeah.
Due to technical issues. But I think that pain is part of what actually makes you happy. I think in a way that like falling short is a good thing. It makes the achievement so much greater.
Yeah.
And I think that's just one thing that people are short-sighted of that maybe doesn't.
I think people need to practice patience.
Totally agree. And if you love something, do it.
Yeah. But even becoming a better person requires patience. And people think like, oh, if I start journaling every day, oh my God, 1 week, I'm just going to
nothing has changed.
Yeah, nothing has changed. That's
I'm still an asshole who makes fun of my co-host. Nothing I ever do makes him feel good, even though I've been shitting on him this entire time. He's still not getting it.
You're not as good as this as me.
No.
Even when you're trying to be me, it's not as effective.
Hold on, guys.
Yeah, I'll continue. Don't worry about it. You work on your craft. Okay, I'm going to do a last thing and then a last question. Explaining why we're in our negative thoughts, because it's more comfortable instead of being uncomfortable. That's why the courage to be disliked is your path to happiness. Because people think if you reach and try to do things and you might fall short, you're going to hate yourself. People are going to hate you. You have to dispel anything of outside perspective, people looking inwards at you. Just get rid of everyone and just be like, what do I need to do next to become better? And that's all.
I feel like it's not worth a book.
It's not. It's like 400 pages.
400 pages?
I'm not going to lie. It took a bit. I'm not going to lie.
I feel like I can wrap this up and you tell me if you agree with the statement.
Okay.
The entire book is basically just be happy.
No. Oh, kind of.
See? Kind
of. But not really. I think the greatest thing was to at least give you the perspective and explain why you have like negative thoughts and feelings about yourself or why you haven't reached this. It's to make you realize that whatever negative thing happening to you or your thoughts or think you're ugly or whatever, like
I hate that. That's your go-to. That's so natural for you to just go to that example.
I think that's a regular society. Like I need to be pretty and attractive to succeed in life.
I'm married.
That's a normal.
I'm good. I don't need to be pretty no more.
Yeah, I don't know how she thought you. But to like recognize that you're just on your way. Like, don't worry, you're not failing, you're not losing, you're not you're not just hopeless. You're on your way.
Just because you haven't reached your subscriber goal or you haven't reached your like goal or you haven't hit that like button yet, right? It doesn't mean that they're not going to hit the like button.
Yes. Okay. The sellout is crazy. Okay. With whatever soul I have left, I have one last question, George, because this whole book was about, happiness.
About me.
And I had a good question is, what do you think your next step is towards happiness or being happier? Because I know you are elated right now.
I really am. Yeah. I think there's a lot of good things that have happened in my life that have changed my perspective on a lot of things. Being a husband has changed me a lot. I'm significantly happier with it. And one of the things that I'm trying to, and having a baby, I'm very happy about. Mm-hmm. This goes towards the book. And I was going to make a joke, but I actually have a serious moment right now.
Okay. I'll give you 3, 2, 1. Play the sad music. Go, Jessica. I got it.
I've got to do the live editing. Do you not hear the beginning? I want to hear your answer, but for me, it's learning to accept being happy. And I've talked to this about like Bronchosaurus.
Learning to accept being happy. You think you've had a problem accepting happiness?
Yeah, 100%. I think I had a pretty tough upbringing. Not as tough as other people for sure.
Perspective.
But it's not perspective. It's not a comparison. But I had some things happen that were like pretty tough.
Yeah, I wasn't there, so that makes sense.
Yeah, thank God. Imagine if you were.
That's why you're saying you had it so rough.
If you were,
I would have built you up, bro.
I don't know if I would have made it through.
Don't say that. All right.
That's dark. But I think one of the things that like I tell Bronchosaurus that I'm working on is accepting being happy. Like I'm always ready for the happiness to end. I'm always ready for like.
I feel like my life is like that.
Really?
Yeah. It's like when you're riding the high of like.
Yeah.
But when you're so used to like.
Disappointment or
trauma
being let down.
Yeah. And you're like, I know this is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
I know this is gonna hurt because I'm so happy right now and everything's going so smoothly.
You're afraid of it's fear. I'm afraid of the crash.
Yeah.
I can't bring myself to enjoy the present moment.
Oh, that's so sad.
God, jeez, bro. I'm over here trying to have like a serious moment about this is how I'm trying to work on myself. And your response is that's so sad. Dude, that does not help me right now.
I wasn't trying to make things worse. I'm just like thinking about myself. Like, I feel like a lot of the times I'm happy. I'm so ignorant to anything else in the world. It's in the same way of like when I'm with people and I'm having like a great time, bro, I can't think of anything else. I'm just riding this happiness and having the greatest time of my life.
I've been let down enough times to know the roller coaster has a drop. And you got to prepare yourself.
Oh, man.
Sometimes you got to put your hands up and go, wee!
So what are you doing now that helps you accept being happy?
What's the word where you like tell yourself positivity? You told me about this. I talked to you about this.
It's not self-reflection. It's
see, I'm not the only one struggling here.
Yeah, you know what? I was taking I'm not gonna lie to you. If we will watch it back, I was trying to make fun of you.
Feel bad.
So then I can have more time to think about it.
That's so funny.
They are, what are they called? We'll talk. We'll
yeah, you know. You guys know
what we're talking about.
Leave it in the comments.
Affirmations.
Okay. Giving myself affirmations in the moment, being like, no, you're happy. Like, you're good.
So
you're
just
safe.
reminding yourself, just talking to yourself will relieve those feelings of like, I know this is going to end.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
So a lot of self-affirmations are just like when you're having a happy moment and those intrusive thoughts come in, it's being like, it's going to end at some point. It's like, so what? So what if it does?
Yeah.
Enjoy what you have right now because like you're going to have sad moments eventually. Like you can't escape sad moments. You can't, but right now you're not.
Yeah.
Right now you're in a good place with probably one of the greatest experiences that you're going to have. Don't rob yourself of a good moment.
That's fair. What
about you? What are you working
on? This one, I feel like I got married last September. And so marriage is a really new thing. And so I'm working on becoming a better husband. But I truly do think that me leaning into becoming a better husband has led me. I'm like in the middle of this step of finding more happiness. And no, seriously, because I think a lot of the expectations like put on me, and maybe off the influence of you telling me that we should rule, and our significant other should be something that we own, and we should tell them what to do. And men lead men. When you kept saying that to me,
I don't say society does.
It kind of affected me because you talk like Andrew Tate, and I know he's your role model. But
hate him so much. Stop! You can't make that joke. That's too far.
Hey,
there's a line.
But I was like, I sometimes have to fight, and like these are things that don't make sense to me, and so maybe I want things my way. And I got through, a lot of fights with my wife, but I needed to start realizing that even this sounds like a roast, but it's not. Even though it does not make sense to me, right? Accepting that it does make sense to my wife, and accepting that I am capable. It's not going to change my way. It's not the end of the world if I change. And that's the sacrifice I need to do when I submit to my wife. I will clean every day. I will be on top of things. I need to sacrifice video games. It's not like I gave it up, but it's like, let me not play a video game and get the house tidy before she comes home, cook and do whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Right. And if me being a better husband results in my wife being happier, I've been on this high of like happiness, George. Let's keep it going.
Unlike you, I'm gonna be a good co-host, and to all like the red pill people who are calling you
your people,
huh? Yeah, to all my people who are calling you a right now, right? People don't recognize just how true that is as a man, and like I usually talk from a male perspective. How can you talk into this? Can't speak on the woman's perspective, so I can only talk about the man's perspective.
Okay.
As I go and now I'm a husband, and I'm going on this journey and be a father. And I think you alluded to this, but I'll just say it. It's our ability to sacrifice for others is a way that we, one, feel complete, feel happy, making others happy and sacrificing ourselves for that person. Just seeing them happy makes us happy. And that's what we're good with. I
think there's a balance. There's a balance, but you know what? I came across this video of you know who Ronnie Chang is?
Yeah.
He did a stand-up, and he was talking about Americans who are like, I will die for my country. I will die for my country. And he was like, oh, that's cool. It's appreciative. But would you, like, if you're going to that length for your country, can you read a book for your country? Can you learn math and become better engineering for your country? If you want to invest that much in your country? And it got me thinking, because I read something else, but like, yeah, the level of sacrifice. If I'm willing to die for my wife, which in our faith, like that's if we're going to be the Christ in the relationship, that I'm willing to die for my wife.
Oh, man, that was a gruesome death. I'm just saying.
I can't wash a plate for my wife.
I'm with you.
I can't season some chicken and put it in a pan for my wife. So there's like small things, and the biggest sacrifice I had right now, and I'm going through, is I didn't want a dog, George. I didn't want that commitment. And next week, I'm going to show you what commitment and sacrifice I made for my wife.
Let's go.
I'm going to talk about my new dog. And that was a big point of contention, but is the best decision I've made so far since, we got married.
Can I just say that we're ending this podcast on one of the most wholesome, literally,
I know.
I want to take
you dumb idiot. Yeah, dumb and your wholesomeness.
I hope your ears are okay after hearing all those beeps. We hope you learned something today from this episode of the podcast. I hope you got something about wow, I'm just worried about their ears, dog.
Oh no, George.
Genuinely, I hope you guys got something from this episode of the podcast, whether it's about being a father or whether it's about self-improving. You are capable of change, even if I don't think that you are.
I like it. I like the end.
We hope you learned something today. If not, I hope you laughed. And please leave a like, comment, subscribe. It really does help the channel. And we'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.
I'm getting better at the closings, but there's still a lot of